Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is Director Kim. Hope you are doing really good. All right, today in this video, I want to show you five most secret that makes pro colorists stand out every day in their life. And if you apply these techniques, these tips, trust me, you are way far behind on this industry. So from now on, from today, I just want to open your eyes, open your ears, open your mind. From today, I want you to starting acting this way when it comes to the color grading. Without this, bro, trust me, you're going to stand and stick at the same positions every single day. Every time you're going to find yourself, you are not glowing enough, you are not reaching far, and people that's coming, they come past you and you still there where you are. Is it because you still stacking your mind into some place that we are already past? All right. Without me wasting time, if you never subscribe to this YouTube channel, I beg do so. Click the bell button, smash the icon. I'm selling Masterclass, I'm selling PowerGrades, I'm selling LUT packages, I'm doing color grading services. If you want your video to look perfect, better, film, commercial, wedding, anything you wish for, just contact me right away. I'm here for you. All right. Number one is to be very innocent. Okay, here it is. Rules are made to be following, but at the same time, it's made to be broken. Let me tell you this. Most of rules followers, they have this blocking part. They have this limitation to their mind, like, oh, in color grading, you don't have to do this. You're supposed to do this and this. This is the right way of doing this. All right, you are right, absolutely. But you have to get out of there. Trust me. The reason why, because those things or those rules are made hundreds of years ago. So the things that get going, so things are changed, things are developed every single time. Things are getting way perfect, better. Before we were shooting on analog, the DSLR cameras. Right now we have mirrorless camera, we have digital camera, we have a lot of things. We have this AI stuff. So every generation it comes with the improvement. So guys, if you stick at the same place, like, okay, you're supposed to do this, you have to do this, you just limit yourself, you just lock it yourself in. You have to break that. So how you able to do that? You need to looking for different directions. You need to look for different way to make yourself being different, being creative. So how you able to be creative? You need to break some rules, even though you don't have to ruin your output. That is the basic. So you just break the rules, but stick to the perfections. You see. So once you break up these rules and creating something unique and perfect, which means you glowing up. So the rules are made for those people that's starting, for the starters, so we don't have to confuse them. Okay, bro, you can do whatever you want, so they will making very worse result. But when you tell them, okay, you have to do this, you don't have to do this, but for this moment, because you are just a starter. So once you growing, once you keep doing it, once you practice, once you get so way beyond that, you keep learning new stuff, you keep breaking some rules, you keep creating your own stuff, and that is how you grow. All right. So about breaking rules, me myself, I have some stuff that I'm used to break. Number one is my color management settings. Most of people, they use let me say like this. Okay, let's say this is color space. This is a some. There's a lot of them, but this is a some that I'm used to breaking them. All right. So maybe this is a red footage, and then this is our output. You see. So a lot of people, I see most of people, they be like, okay, because we have converted this and we need to get out of Rec 79, so we have to produce our Rec 79, right? So what you needed to do is just convert this to Rec 79, and here you can just use in gamma 2.4, or you can just use Rec 79A if you are using a Mac PC. That's right. There's nothing wrong with that. But one thing that I found out when I exporting my project, this is according to my PC. This is according to me. Once I found out when I exporting this project, my color is shifting, you see, and I have a very, very much different result with my outputs. And I feel like, okay, what's wrong with me? What the wrongs with my DaVinci? I've done this, and when it comes to another, maybe I put this back to the Premiere Pro, and I see the color shift. Or when I just watching to my other device, I see the color shift. So I found out, all right, I have to break the rules to make this looks similar, whatever I want to go. So this is what I've done. I just using my sRGB as my output. So this is on DaVinci. All right, so I think I need to hide this one. I don't know how to hide this, but yeah. All right, so this is my my DaVinci to the color space transformation, but also to my color management, I have to change it to sRGB. That is the output that works perfect to me. That's number one. All right. Number two is when it comes to my color inputs, my color inputs informations. You see, most of people, they be like, okay, because you shot with the Sony camera, let's say example, this is the Sony camera, all right? Let's say it's not that Sony, but let's say the example, or it's Blackmagic, you see. So because you shot it with the Sony camera, you have to put the information from camera like Sony S-Log3, you know, and convert it back to DaVinci Y gamma. I'm sorry, you can just use Rec 79. So you have to convert back to the Rec 79, so you can see how the image looks, right? So to me, sometimes when I'm using Sony, I'm not getting what I want. I just want a very pleasing image. If I want to make very brighter image, I don't often use Sony, even though the camera have been shot with the Sony, all right? So what I'm doing is I'm using iDirectorS. So I'm using gamma 3, and then to my gamma inputs gamma, I'm using Luxi4. What it does, it's open up my image so much. It give me so much brightness. It give me the magenta skin tone, and it also give me very, 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 very big dynamic for my twisting tweak. You know, those things that I'm using. All right. So this is a technique that I'm using. I'm not following the rules, and my output looks very awesome. Trust me, I'm not proud of myself, but 100%, I often get a perfect result. All right. So when it comes to the, I just want to do color grading, and I want to make the bold, the image, this oversaturated, and the image that has rich saturation. I don't use iDirectorS, you know, I'm using red instead. So let's check it out how red is giving us. Okay, this is red. This is red. 3. Boom! Look at this. It's brighter and also has a much saturation. Compare with this the iDirectorS. So this is breaking the rules, you know. So some people, when the beginner, when they watch this video, they be like, yo bro, what are you doing? This was a shot with the Sony. Trust me, when a client give me the project, I used to ask, what camera is this, you know. The reason why is I just want to know the how far the dynamic it is, and how far can I push this image, you know. So I just want information, not like I'm going to use this. And sometimes I don't even use color space transformation. Sometimes I'm just clunking my my contrast, you know, putting my saturation all the way up, just do my twist and tweak just like this. Let me show you. Or sometimes I'm just do color boost just like that to get what I really need, you see. So not most of time you need, like somebody tell you have to export this, you do this, you have to do it. There's a lot of way of doing what you need to do. That is number one. All right, another breaking rules that I used to do when it is coming to if I want to create a film tone, so most of people, they be like, if he wants to create cinematic look, you have to use Cineon film, right? All right, this is right. They are very right. There's nothing wrong like that. Okay. Let's say this is red. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Convert it to DaVinci. Sorry, I'm very used to this. Convert to sRGB. Right? So just like this. So most of people, they be like, okay, if you need to make a film type of look, you need to use Rec 79 Kodak 2383. This is right. I'm often use it. This is one of my favorite LUTs from DaVinci. But there is a very rules of using this one. All right. There's a very rules of using that. So the rule of using this one is to convert this output to Cineon film. Let me show you. To convert this to Cineon film, where is the Cineon film? I just want to see Cineon film. Let me just see. This one. All right, so this is proper way of using this is a proper way of using DaVinci built this film emulation. But look at what's happening, and this is what often happens to my image, and this is the something that I don't like it. You see, look how this cranking shit happening here. Let me show you. Look at this thing. This is what's happening, and I don't really like it when it comes to like that. So instead of that, I have a different way of making things looks perfect. So if I'm going to push my image way too far like this, let me show you. Like this image is not over desaturated, is not that way I want it to be. So if I want to push more saturated, I'm getting very glanking stuff, I'm getting very clipping stuff, and often happen. And most of the time when I'm shooting with the camera that's we use in neon light, we have that casting to the light. So all right, you can tell me you have to convert Cineon film and use this, but there's a lot of way. All right, so there's this way. The first one that I'm doing is I'm not using Cineon film. Instead, I'm just using the normal way, but I'm reducing intensity. So you can see we have that film, but the color is still natural, and I never casting any of my color beyond that. You see, it looks very clean, and it's giving me that, and if I want to get a full result of the film, because this is a halfway, right? So if I want to get the full of film, instead I'm about to convert this to the SS, AP0 or AP1. So the AP1 has much of saturation, AP0 has less saturation, right? So I'm going to convert this to linear, just like this, compress the saturation, and then I'm going to use SS, and then I'm going to use ADX10. Also, we're going to compress this, and also I'm going to use the film. You can see it's way much different like the other one. You see, so we have that granking stuff, but not super grinching. It's different like the other one, and this one is giving me very brightness. I love it. This is kind of breaking the rules. All right, so there's one last thing that I used to do when it comes to I want to have this film, but I just want to have a very let's say very roll of shadow. I want it to look faded, you know, this type of film faded, you know. So if I want that, I often come in here and make a preview window instead outside of ColorSpace, just like this. And instead of me doing senior film to film emulations to using serial node, I'm using that method, but I'm using period node. It's crazy, right? All right, so let me show you. This is a ColorSpace transformation I'm putting here, and I'm converting this to the senior film. It's crazy, guys. I'm blocking rows a lot, you know. And then I'm coming here. No, sorry. I'm coming here and using the film just like this. So look at my shadow. Look at how it's being compressed. Look how it's getting, you know, it's getting that filmic kind of shadow. You see, it's crazy. So there's a lot of way of breaking this loose. So if I want to control the light that I see is over. So guys, you know, this kind of, and trust me, this one I never learned anywhere. I never saw anybody do this method. It's just me, and I was like, okay, why they do as a serial? What if we do period to senior film and we do period to the elected? So you can see the before. This is senior film, right? After, you can see before we have that blacks, you know, but when we do senior film after, you can see we have very that's faded stuff like that. And you can see we don't have that cranking sheet or casting to the color. So I can just do whatever I feel, and the color is too much rich. Guys, there is a lot of way of breaking the rules. But all you need to know, once you break the rules, you need to understand how you able to protect your image. So don't just fool yourself, you breaking the rules and you stick to the bad results. That's not what. All right. Here is the problem. A lot of beginners, they struggle how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with the massive masterclass phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long pause video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot matching, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from DaVinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you're really struggling with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made the 26 LUT, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. DCT PowerGrades also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or LUT package. Now, let's back into the lesson. Okay, the second secret is film saturation. Guys, let me tell you one thing. Most of colorists, I mentioned the Hollywood colorists, they use subtractive saturation, the film saturation, the rich saturation. It doesn't matter it's type of less saturated image like bypass bridge. It doesn't matter like that. But first, they have a very density saturation. The density is all life changes. Guys, let me tell you one thing you need to know. Color grading, or like about color grading, or about this saturation method. Guys, like this. Saturations, contrast, and light. See, saturation, contrast, and light. These two things, when it comes together, and you've done perfect mathematics on it, because color grading is mathematics. And on my next tutorial, I'm going to explain about the mathematics, the calculation on color grading. Color grading is not about you just twist this, and then boom, you get. No, you have to. It's like you're in school, you know. You do math. You see, so that's why you see people the same footage, the same way, the same program, the same and everything. You can just buy LUTs and everything, plugins, but You can just get a A, you can get a B plus, you can get C, you get a D, but make sure you don't get F, because F you got about to fail. So what's the secret behind it? Beyond that is just a mathematic, how you're able to calculate the image and everything and to get the perfect result to the output. You see? So when it comes to the saturations, most of colorists, they're using this density saturation. The saturation has a luma value on it, and the saturation has controlled much of a light. You see? So beginner or anyone out there, they just coming when you see the image like this is less saturation, they are about to increase the saturation like this. Actually, it's not that bad. It's super dope clean, but trust me, this is way far behind. All right, other people, they be like, okay, I'm going to use a color boost to make it the saturation which okay, this is the vibrance. It's actually right. You know, in every program that we see out there, they have these two type of saturation. They have this color boost, which is the vibrant saturation, which is the saturated that's compressing and saturated at the same time. Like it's taking the half, it's the full of it, and taking the less of it to be in a single way. All right, and it putting together to the value that one wants it to be. All right, and there's these are normal saturation, which is actually it's general saturation. Everybody knows. So what it does, it's increase the saturation in top of the color. You see, so that is good, not bad. But trust me, what if this one is ruining your image on the light, on value, on luma? So that's why film saturation, you can see whenever you create saturation, our vectorscope still remain to the same part, but we got the richness of the colors. You see, it doesn't, I don't know how to say it. It's like it doesn't bolding our image. Like the saturation is heavy, but still it in safe zone. That is the film saturation. That's the saturation. The saturation that's controlling the light. All right, here the tip. Most of a darkness area, it has most of darker areas, it has a rich saturation, and most of a brightness area, it has a very less saturation. You have to understand this. That's why if you want to increase a lot of saturation to the brightest image, it's easy for you to crash out, you see. But if you're increasing saturation, you're just increasing a little bit less number, but in the dark area, the saturation gets really look a little bit. Look at this. You see this one? This is a dark image. Let me show you this one. This is darker image. That's why you see the saturation. It's very rich, and you can see the value. It's not clipping. It's not get far or from this vectorscope. And this is the brightness image. But you can see the saturation is increased. But you can see this casting. It's getting on top of color. Look at let me show you this. Look at this white. It's kind of ganking on top of it because it's just a normal saturation, you see. And this one is less saturation and it's brightness. So how about to increase the saturation to the bright image? So to use the normal saturation, it's going to be it's going to be just like this. Like we put in saturation on top of it, you can see. So how we able to protect that? That's why we use a film saturation. So there is a lot of different saturation way of doing it. One of the two things that I used to do, I often like to use color slices. This is spread up. You can see I'm increasing saturation, but it doesn't affect the color on top of it. You can see this one and the other one is two different things. Let me show you. This is normal saturation. I mean, this is subtractive saturation with the film saturation, and this is normal saturation. You can see. Look at curves, look at these. I don't know if you can see it perfectly, but look at this cloth. Let me show you. Let me mark this area. Look at this cloth. Look, this as part of the color is getting on top of it, you see. But look at this one. Right. This is, look at this and look at this one. You can see the color is getting beyond it. It's not getting on top of it. It's getting inside of it. You can see. don't don't just getting close to the casting color. I mean the color, that's how it's acting. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Look at before, it's getting on top of it, and look at this, it's getting beyond this. Look at, there are some kind of, there's some kind of stuff like this one. You see, it's like a luma stuff we're getting in, and look at this. You see, so this is the difference. You see, here to cast the image, it's easy more than this one. And look at this, I just overdid it. Let me just put it the save zone like this. Look how beautiful the color it's got to be, the saturation it's got to be. And it doesn't increase the value of my it doesn't increase the value of my exposure. All right, so there's this way of using these color slices, but there's another way which is mostly making it very perfect outputs. I always often use this way. You see, so I'm going to convert this into HSV, and I'm going to use channel 1. I'm going to use channel 3, right? And then I'm going to use gain or gamma to increase. So if I'm increasing this one, I'm getting that richness saturation, you see. And you can see once I'm increasing the saturation, also my exposure is get down to the balance, so it's just subtracted. You see, we get a very rich saturation, right? That's it. There's this way, or there's another way that I'm using color bars, and I'm taking my gain to the green and also my gain to the gamma. So here's the different thing that you can do. Sometimes if you want to increase saturation to the highlights, to the highest to the upper parts of an image, I'm using gain like this, you see. But sometimes I want to increase the saturation to the midtone, I'm increasing this one, and this one, it's really taking much effective. The reason why in my masterclass I explain about lift the gamma and gain, how it acts. Okay, here the quick tip. The gamma, it's taking the formation from the low mid and high mid. So to increase saturation on gamma, you're affecting the high mid and the low mid as well, and the mid-tone itself. So you can see the shadows a little bit is getting saturated, and also the highlight is also getting saturated, you see. But when I'm using gain just like this, you can see I only affecting the high part of the image and the high mid and the whited part of the image. So the saturation is going to be on top, and my mid-tone, my shadow is in the safe zone, you see. I don't know if this okay, even this one this lift, you can see if I increase saturation to the lift, you also see the saturation is getting much close to the mid-tone, and the shadow, just like this, you see the shadow is getting much saturated, you see. So how I do it, how I balance, most often when it comes to this way, I love, if I want a very saturated image to the mid-tone, I'm just increasing saturated mid-tone and then it's coming to the gain, reducing if there's highlights, such as I don't want it to be oversaturated. But trust me, into this part, I'm not often touch it. To the lift, no, never. All right, so sometimes if I want the highest saturation to the gain and I just want to decrease saturation to the mid-tone, just like this, you can see, we have very perfect and safe saturation. This is number 1. All right, number 2, this is my favorite. I'm not using lifting gamma again because that's lifting gamma again is too much effective. So I often like to use RGB mixer. So I'm increasing saturation to the RGB mixer just like this. You can see it's saturated our image, but it's very safe, you see. And sometimes I'm coming to this part if I want to make a saturation more calming, you can see. So it's a focus much on my mid-tone. You see my reddish, sorry, not mid-tone, just my reddish, because this is only affecting overall. But you can see I'm just increasing the saturation, but I'm not affecting my shadows just like the way it did before. You see, it's safe. So sometimes if I want to control this bluish, if I'm increasing the bluish, you can see the saturated is getting. If I'm reducing, you can see we get that's like we just did for the lifter over there, right? So if I want to get that bluish, I'm controlling like that. and to the red if I want to control it. And when it comes to here and here, look how we make perfect saturation over our image. It's real perfect in fitting. That is tips number 2, this film saturation. So guys, you can see this is the film saturation, and you can see this one is a normal saturation. So to get here, guys, to get here and without clunking our image, bro, you have a lot to do. You see, you can use this, you can just mix up with the color boost to get the richness of color, but look how the density of it. Look at before, this is the normal saturation, use color boost and normal saturation, and look at this, I'm using film saturation. Look at how everything set in particular place, like nothing interfere each other. You see, the saturation value is the same, but look how density it is. This one is coming up, this one is, look at this, look at here, look at how crazy thing, look at this here, like what happening here, you see. But this one, it's safe, guys. Look, the black is still remain in the black area, even though I'm not controlling the white balance, but still we got the right richness, but the saturation is safe. All right, the secret number 3 is node arrangement. I used to say node structures, but sometimes I used to say node tree. All right, let me tell you something. Whenever you see a colorist, any tutorial right there, or Instagram posters that people used to post their before and after their processing of color grading, every node you see arrangement, trust me, it doesn't being like it's just put it there for no reason. Every node arrangement, it's been created for the purpose. Trust me, guys, it doesn't matter the process, because the all thing that we do everywhere, it's the same things. Every colorist, they have to work in this flow. Color management settings, stuff like that. Convert that's why I need to Rec 79, so to just give it the live standard view. Color correction, you have to go there. You have to go to the creating looks adjustment like that. You have to get you have to use your secret sources. People have 2 different secret sources, you see. So there's different ways. So people, you do this, you do power windows, you do this qualifications, everything just you see people are doing, guys, it's the same thing. So what matters, what makes the difference, the arrangement of nodes. The strategy or the structures of doing it's the same, everyone do it, but the arrangement of a node, that makes the difference, guys. So if you see someone use a lot of PowerGrades, if you see someone using a lot of period nodes, don't take it stupid. If you see a lot of people, they just do a serial node, only serial node, don't think they're stupid. They have their own reason for that, because the results of someone using periods and someone using serials, too much different things. Sometimes you can never notice that, but trust me, if you watch it deep on it, you can see the difference between them. So guys, you can see this, I use this grade. I only use the serial. There is no period. You see, there's no period. So you can see this one and this one and this one. You can see it's 2 different things. The reason why I did so, trust me, for my own reason, is because I just want a very organic look. I want a very gank look. I want a very not clean look. I just look at this, the image. It doesn't look clean. It look super firm. It sells a lot of casting. You know, let me bring the noise reduction so you can see. You see, so it doesn't look super clean. Yeah. It has a lot of noise in it, even though I just use grain. So this is just film grain, but it doesn't look super clean. There's a video that I used grain, but it looks very clean. This one, it looks very, like I say, organic, like I can something like that. It's ganking look. It's distorting look, you see. So I was like, if I'm using a period, okay, I can get that distortions, but trust me, it's going to take me a lot of time to produce that. So I'm just going to use serials all the way up. So I just want to distort look. So you have it's a very, 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 very old, like kind of, pure film tone. You see? So there's this different way of doing this one, right? So, and as I told you, there's a lot of different way of arranging notes, and everyone, if they do see this, they have their own specific reasons. There's 3 or 5, 4 way of making notes that I used to do. Trust me. So sometimes I used to make this type of note flow like this, and make it like this. You see, this is one of my best node workflow. You see, so trust me, the process is the same. All the process is the same, right? So this is going to be our current management settings. This one, this is where I put my customers transformations, convert this to this one. That's it. And this one is going to be my color correction. You see? So this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to do exposure, white balancing, and saturations, and the contrast, and the dynamic compressor, and everything. And this node is going to be creating my looks. So this is where I'm going to create my looks. Like, okay, I want orange tears, cast, split tone, separation, whatever I want it to be. All right. And even my juice source is getting to that. And sometimes I'm getting my juice source after the creating looks. And sometimes I'm getting my juice source after the output. So there's a reason that I'm doing so. All right. Okay, let me tell you this. The reason why I'm doing a period note, or this one goes to the period notes, because I don't want these things to interfere each another. Because we know the period notes, the node that you see there, every each node it gets information from input and transfer to the output to this sort. This is period output. You see what it's called? I don't know the name of this, but this is a period mixer. You see, so the information got from the inputs that we see from this node, which is special transformations, or this one input. It takes it, all this node is taking information separately from this one, and then it transfer to the period mixer, and then it give it that to this other node. So I don't want these things to interfere each other. So the reason why I'm doing so is because I just want to get a very clean and perfect result without messing up each other. As I told you guys, every single node, you see, this one is affecting another one. So the left node, the node behind, it's affecting the other one. So if the node behind is oversaturated, the next node is going to be also oversaturated. You see? Let's say like this. Okay. Okay. Let's say like this. If I'm putting saturation into this node, which means my next node is going to start as this one is saturated. So if I'm doing saturation and this one is got to do the saturation on top of it. You see? But let me bypass it. But if I'm going to do a period node, if I'm going to do a period node just like this, and I'm going to increase the saturation, and if I'm going to increase in saturation in here, you can see this node doesn't take any information from this one. So it doesn't do the saturation on top of the saturation. What it does a saturation beyond the other saturation that we done. Is to just do the things beyond, inside, I mean below it. It doesn't know there is other saturation. So the acting is going to be different. You can see that's how this one, and also you can see how this one. So you can see the saturation value is same, but you can see this one image is ganking here, is distorted, it oversaturated the image. So because I've done it on top of it, you see. But when we do like this, when we do like this, you can see we increase the saturation, but it doesn't interfere each another, and it's really gentle, and definitely clean, and very superbly. You see. So into this phase. Unless if I'm doing so, I have to reduce it to make it perfect, which is annoying, like this is not something like that. I just want the value to be up, you see. So that's the reason why I often like to do If I want to get a very clean result, I often like to do, okay, I'm just back here. Okay, if I want to get a very clean result, I just always want to, okay, I always want to make a period note, you see? So I don't want the notes to interfere each other. So this is one of my favorite note arrangement. And I've learned this from iDirectorS from Tanzania. This guy have done a magic grade, and I love his output. It's very clean. So I learned it's about 2 or 3 years ago that I've learned these techniques, and I was like, okay, this is giving me a very, and I won a lot of color grading awards through this one. So if you want to check it, go to my Instagram, you can see how many trophy I've got there using this notion structure, and the submissions I used to post on YouTube, the submission of the color. You can see those videos that I submitted until I won the color grade to be number 2. Number 1 is because I use this notion structure. It gave me a very cleanest result, and most of people will be like, okay, bro, I love your color grading output. It's super clean, you know, stuff like that. Okay, all right. Another thing, another node rearrangement that you can see anywhere there, using this method. You see, most of people they use most of people they use this, let me say it. Most of people they use this method, and I've saw a lot of social media people they use this method. You see, just like this and just like it, right? Maybe let me put some more of them, right? So this current minute this node workflow, it's super cool. So they mixed serial nodes and period nodes at the same time. So what they do is this part, the first thing, this part is our color management. The same workflow, guys. There's no difference between this. The same workflow. So this is going to be node arrangement, and this is going to be color correction, and this is going to be a creative looks, and this is where they just finish their grading, like this Jesus. The other thing that we adjusted further. I mean after the other process. You see, so they want their color correction to be distorted, the organic to be the color on top of it, the color. So when it comes to maybe exposure, and they just do a contrast just like this, and they want the saturation to be on top of saturation just like this. So they just want to make a different thing like this. You know, sometimes they can do all of this stuff at the same node like I used to do, just like this. You can see they get that very color on top of it, the effect on top of it. But when it comes to creating looks, they just do in safe zone. So they want the grading, the outputs grade to be clean. So they're like, okay, I'm just going to break like this. All right, I'm going to push my skin tone like this. So they don't want the skin color to interfere with another. They want to make my blue look like this. So they don't want to interfere with another. All right, so maybe I'm just coming outside of it. Let's say I just want to make it broad and contrast a little bit, like this. You see, so I'm doing this on top of all the process that I've done, just like this. You see, it's magic. The correction is about to be organic, but the color, the look itself got to be in a very clean zone, and this one is still getting to the organic place. This is another node workflow. You see, all right. So there's this another one, which is one of my favorites, and I often like to use this way, mostly when I just want to color grading everything's manually. Like I want to color grading without using a lot, and the thing is just give me a perfectly clean result without gacking my image so far. So this is it. I'm creating 2 nodes. This is input and output, and then I'm creating period nodes, and then I'm creating serial inside of a period, just like this. You can see, just like this. And I've learned this type of node many arrangement from this director from Instagram. I use 3D visions. Yeah, this one, go and watching his color grading is super cool, super perfect. I love his outputs. This guy is inspired me a lot, guys. 3D vision. His name is Daniel Tom. This is most of professional colorists I ever seen so far. So he used this type of notes, and I was like, okay, let me try it, and it's actually gave me a very perfect output. So the reason why I do so, because you can see, as I told you guys, period notes, it often makes my color grading very safe. You see, it's making my my color grading always safe. You see, but what if I just want to have the same place, but still I want to make more of it. You see, so it's like, instead of me doing a lot of things in the same single node, is it because, or do things in separately like before, like this type of nodes like I showed you before? Let me show you. Let me screenshot these things so I can back and forth. All right. So let me see. I can back and forth, right? So instead of me every single thing to have the separate informations, like this nodes and this node and this node and this node and this node and this node, to have the separate information, I just want only two nodes that's in the period, but every single one of them to have the information for G data. You see, so instead of that, you can just do this way, like, okay, this one, and I can create the period node just like this. So the information from here is going to be different, like here. So I can do whatever I want. Like maybe say I can just control the exposure like here. I can just contrast the image right here. I can just increase the gamma right here. Do the saturation right here. Do the temperature controlling like here. You see. So, and to the notes below, this is going to my correction. So you see. And to the node below, this is going to my creating look. So I'm going to maybe reduce here, maybe do this, creating tone just like this. You see, this is where I'm creating my looks, and maybe the skin tone like this, and then maybe increasing the color tone just like this. You see, so here I just created a quick look just like this. You can see, guys. So instead of me doing this way, what I decided to do is just, I want to do every stuff that I've touched it, but in separately. You see, so all this node is going to take the information from the source and then transfer to the mixer, and the below one is taking the information from the source, also transfer to the mixer. So this node is going to affect this one, is going to affect this and this and this, and this node is going to affect this and this and this and this and this. So this is just affecting that. This is the serial inside of period. So this part, it doesn't affect in this part. So the color part, the part that we're doing our low creativity, it doesn't get affected to the color correction. So this type of way I'm just doing, you see, so it's a normal way. So this is our color management settings, and this is our color correction part, and this is creating looks part, you see. And there's another part that I often like to do here is sometimes I'm just do period, or sometimes just do layer, if in case I want to make this separate between subject and the background. So guys, you can see all this process, this node, it looks different. You don't pick off is like, what type of node it is. It's just arrangements, guys. But the strategy or the process of color grading, it's the same. Color management settings, color corrections, creating looks. That's it. That's three things. You can never skip it. You get everywhere you go, you get it. Everywhere you go, you get it. Here is the problem. A lot of beginners, they struggling how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with the massive masterclass phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long pause video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot merging, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from DaVinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you really struggling with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made the 26 LUT, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. DCT PowerGrades also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or LUT package. Now, let's back into the lesson. So, the secret number 4 is image shaping. Guys, trust me, what I'm about to tell you now, or this time around, no one's ever going to tell you about these things. Trust me, color grading is not about shifting, increase saturation, do this, put in the skin tone, just this, like you see this one that I've done. Color grading is not only about these things. When it comes to professional, because we are about to glowing ourselves, we are about to be bigger, we are about to transfer ourselves from lowest levels to the highest level. So you need to learn these important things rest of your life. Okay, color grading is not only about a saturation increase, you know, color separations and stuff like that. Sometimes image shaping. As you can see, this image here the way it looks, this is flat. You can see the light. The director or cinematographer tried his best to make a perfect shaping of a light, but as colorists, we need to do our extra twisting to the image in order to make it looks very professional. And when someone looks at the image, they feel like, okay, the cinematographer is very dope, man. He does his job. But also the colorist, man, he does his job way perfect better. See? So guys, there's a lot of different way of doing these things, you know, and these things acting according to the how the image looks, and it's really taking times, and it is not something necessary like you have to do it in every single project of yours. No. Sometimes there's image itself. It looks wonderful, so there's no need for you to do all these things. It's just crazy, you know. But there are some footages or there are some projects that say, all right, this one I need to do extra twist. It's just to make about these things, guys. About these things, go and watch my lesson tutorial. If you never watched this tutorial, go and watch my lesson tutorial. There's this part of this. I've done my juicy sauce. I just did my image shaping. So the image was darker to the subject. So I was like, okay, let me just pop up the skin of people. So go watch the techniques. I use this method. So every single colorist, they done this per way. And there's this type of colorist, his name, like, let me search it on Instagram. Guys, I'm not just hiding anything. This is almost the people that, okay, go watch this colorist. His name is Gustavo Rossi. Okay, his name is Gustavo Rossi. You know, he's from Brazil. This guys, go watch his posting. Sometimes he's used to post before and after the process. You can see how much he's done the image shifting. Guys, it's a very much important this thing. So in case you don't know what I've done so far, as I told you, this is a node flow that I'm using from Leslie, the secret number 3. That's the option I explained about node arrangement. So this one here, I use the color space transformation in here, and then I use my color correction technique in here. You can see this is our color correction, and then also I use my film. Let me show you guys. I use my film emulations. This one I'm selling it, so if you want to buy this one, link down there on the description, so you're able to getting perfect film type of look. You can see before and you can see the after. You see, so into this part I also done I used one of our LUTs, the LUTs number 1, and here I use LUTs number 2. This is LUTs that I use. So also, if you want to buy this LUT, you just go. There's a look DNA, you see, and there's a Skintone LUT. So if you want to buy this package, just go and buy this one and this one. You have two different prices. It's very cheap, you see. So, and last of it, I've done the glow and shadows, put the shadow, and this is a Skintone, you see. So I never done so far. It's only just this filtering, and the image looks proper. So how about shaping the image? So shaping image, there's different way of doing it, guys. There's a way of using qualifier and there's a way of using mask. So into this image, I'm gonna try, and every image acts different. So I'm gonna try masking around this guy. There's this point picker, and also this is the pen tool. Yeah, there's this pen tool, and there's power windows, and there's a lot of them, you see. So I'm going to do something like this, you see. All right, so what I'm about to do here is just let me try something crazy. Let me try to desaturate the image. Sorry, I have to invent it. All right, so let me try to desaturate like somewhere around here. Just like this. But once you do it, don't forget to mask to track the. Let me just using this one because I feel like this one is perfect. Once you do it, don't forget to track the image, you see. So I think I'm gonna try something like this, and I'm going to reduce let me vignettes. I'm going to reduce the exposure, you see, so to make my subject pop and image to be a little bit darker. And let's try desaturate. So I'm using the color boost to desaturate this image. Where is it? The color boosts. This one, I'm going to the color boost a little bit. You can see now the image is getting a little bit cooler, and so you can see before and after. And let me try to make it a little bit. I'm just trying to separate this image so you can see how this thing's acting. I make this cooler to the other part so you can see. All right, that's it. This is number one. Where it is. All right, this is number one. Number two, I'm gonna try masking this part just like this. Sorry, just like this. You see it? So I'm going to do like this. I'm going to use a glow. I'm going to use a spread. You see, I'm going to use something like this, protecting a little bit. So to recover, just like highlight the curve and reduce a little bit, not too much. You can see. So I'm going to spread out my you see. So I'm gonna put another one. I'm going to copy and paste this and putting into this part. So you can see how much I just shaping this image so far. You can see from here, you can see before and after. Look how crazy these things looks. All right, so another thing I would love to do is just creating something in here, like it's some kind of miracle stuff. It's about to be done. Also, I'm going to use the glow. So I want to shine up his hand, like he's touching something. All right, I'm gonna reduce the gain a little bit. Like, yeah, it's crazy, right? And make it a little bit warmer. Oh, okay. So there's no, there's some kind of setting, like, okay, this one. I choose like this. This one is affecting the overall image. So it's kind of like this, but this is too much, guys. Let me reduce it, and let's see. All right, so let me reduce it. Let's see. Okay, let me try to bring it to the blue and see. All right, it's wonderful, right? Kind of need to fix up my selection and make it a little bit smaller. So guys, you can see we increasing a little bit of lighting into there. You can see, and there I can try something else more, like putting this type of shade, like something from above. Again, and then I'm gonna use the glow. So it's not necessary to use glow. So the glow, I found out it's kind of stuff that's blending my what I need. I just want some kind of a flare tone. So into this part, I'm going to try using screen, and I also going to use the same thing, this spread, just like this, and I'm gonna reduce the light a little bit. So guys, you can see some kind of there's light just coming on top of it. You can see, and you know, this is what I wanted. This is, you can see there is some flare, just transparent. You can see how much separated we got in the image. It's absolutely looks beautiful and wonderful. So you can see we have done this amazing twist. Let me try to reduce this one to be maybe something like, to make it look so realistic, 0.5, not too much. All right, that's it. So you can see, guys, our color grading was end up this point. You see, absolutely look beautiful. But what we're increasing, we're making something different. You see, and there's a lot of way. Like maybe I can just do creating this way, like making your eyes concentrating much into my subject. Like maybe I can just try to creating things like this and do this. And then maybe I'll try using the light. Just look at this. It's crazy. So you can just focus much on our subject on this part, This is where I want you to focus on. That everything looks very moody. It's crazy, guys. So there's a lot of way of shifting, of shaping your image, and everything that's happening here is depending on what type of grading you want to produce. And trust me, into this way, you have to make sure you don't have a lot of movements, guys. If you have a lot of movements, you will cry. Trust me, you will cry. All right, so the secret number 5 is skipping gears. Guys, trust me, investment on color grading is one of the biggest glowing to all the colorists. Trust me, let me tell you something. You know, these people that they're selling or they're building the plugins, the LUTs and everything, they really studied how the film actually it is, especially when it comes to shifting our image from digital to analog. Guys, you can do that in DaVinci itself without using any extra help, but the process is going to be so much bigger. And another thing, just not like the process, you to get that way or to get there is going to take you a lot of times. So that's why you see those people that's even this people beauty, they maybe the Answer Pro, they've been starting this way. Like everything that is been put in on the Answer Pro, it's already found on DaVinci itself. But for you to be there, bro, it's going to take a lot of times. It's going to take a lot of processes. And so somehow, if you don't have the very let's example, like you don't have this your PC is too small, bro, you recline. All right, so this is why they come in with this very easy one place to go and give you a better result. But trust me, for this matter, you don't have to lay on it. You don't have to depend on it. Like, okay, I can't just color grade it without the answer, or I can't just color grade it without this. That is not it. And these things is help us to giving you a room or place to go far. But also, you need a knowledge to know everything. You need knowledge to understanding everything about color theory. And when it comes to use this thing, is a way to go, right? So investment into the color grading is important. So guys, what I'm about to say is that if you want to make yourself glowing, like trust me, if you go to this pro colorists, that is Hollywood colorists, and when you go to the DaVinci, you're going to see a lot of shit. Like you're going to see a lot of things. You're going to see the plugins. You're going to see the LUTs. You're going to see this this DaVinci panel. You're going to see everything that's needs. You're going to see the perfect monitor. You're going to see the best the screen. The PC is perfect, amazing. So guys, investment is good. So do not skip gears. Everything that you see might works perfect to you and it give you the perfect result, bro. Take it. Take it. Don't listen to anybody like, oh, bro, you don't have to buy lights. You don't have to use this. You don't have to get this, bro. For sake, take it. Trust me. Anything that gives you a perfect, because this is marketing. People are not pay attention on what process you've done, what this stuff you've done. Like this is twist and tweak, this everything that you've done. They don't even pay attention. People just pay attention on your output. You see, that is the way people wants to see your results. So once your result is bad, bro, it's wasting. But when you're giving a perfect thing, you proud of yourself. Like, okay, I'm not using LUT or I'm using extra tools, but I'm giving a perfect result. All right, and I also use those things and I also give it the same perfect result. So who win? Everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone will give you the perfect things. But if you say, oh, bro, me, I'm just don't do this. I don't use this, but your result is worse, bro. What you're doing? And if you buy stuff and you keep producing bad results, bro, you are wasting your money. So you need to understand these things are this thing help each other. This thing interact each other. Knowledge plus extra. It's like, let's say that you go to the gym and you using natural fruit, you see, so you just do your workouts, so you need some supplements such as extra food. You see, you don't have to eat maybe 2 chicken per day, so you're gonna have to eat 1 chicken and you're going to get extra with the supplement, just like this. Or let's say it's just extra boost, you see. So guys, let me not talk too much. So about these secrets, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of film emulations, LUTs, plugins, a lot of them, you see. So there's this one of mine that I'm used to sell. It's called Kodak 23D. You can see this one. I just one click and boom, the image is got to be perfect. All you need to do is make a perfect correction. You can see before and after. This one is only costing very small price. You see? So to download this Kodak 2350D, link is down in the description. You can just click there and yap. So to get this type of Tony, you can see the much of saturated and already this separation, the dynamic is very contrasted. It's a lot of process. So yeah, sometimes you can get there, sometimes you can get the half of it, sometimes you won't get there. It's depending on the footage you have. But this one is easy going boom. You see? And not just only this one. Alright. So there's also my LUTs. You see? There's also my LUTs. Okay. Let's just use one of my LUTs. Let's just put 0.3 and choose any type of LUT you want. You can see, look 1, you can see how it's giving us that filmic. Look 2, look 3, look 4, look 5, look 6, look 7, look 8, look 9, look 10. You can see how much perfectly it give up the best result. Let's say like we use a look 1 or look 3. I love look 3, right? It's give us a much separation to the background. So into this process, you can see how to get this one processing. You need to make a layer node like this, and then you get to qualify the images like this. You see, somehow like this. And you need to make it the bluish, just like this. And trust me, still not there enough, you see. So it's a lot of process. Look at before, look at after. It is a lot of process, and sometimes it doesn't work exactly as it is. So look at these things. It's just one click and it's a little clean. We don't mess around with anything, right? All right. Okay, let me try to use a node outside of it to print this image. Let's try to okay, let's try over. Look 1, look 2, look 3, look 4, look 5, look 6, look 7, look 8, look 9, look 10, 11, this one. I love this one. Okay, this one is wonderful. But look for it's keep my white pure, so I kind of look at this beautiful. It's just easy going, easy twist. You see? All right, let's go to the skin tone. Let's go to the skin tone. Let's say like we want to make our perfect skin tone, just like this. We're going to crane up like this, and we're going to reduce the intensity 0.1. Right? So I'm going to our skin tone and select the skin tone that I want. Like, okay, skin 1. Look at, let me put it closer. You can see skin 1. This is before and this is after. Skin 2, skin 3, skin 4. It's kind of bright. Skin 5, skin 6, skin 7, skin 11, 9, 10. This one is one of my favorite. Look how it makes our screen brighter. So this process you have to qualify manually, just like this. Let me show you. and increasing like this, maybe boosting the saturation like this. It's a lot of doing, guys. It's a lot of doing. So one thing that I found out from using gears, first, it's giving you a perfect professional result. That is another one first things. And also it's buying a time. Guys, people like me, like I have a lot of booking, a lot of clients they booking, like, okay, this one need color grading, this one need a tutorial, this one need live session. You guys, I'm doing live session tutorial, so if you want it, contact me. This one want to buy this one want to ask you this one, everyone needs you. So that time is full of limits. So how I able to do this all? So that's why these things help me. If I'm getting to the desk, I'm doing my project, it's just few moments, the project is done, exporting and give it to the client. Just 1 or 2 or 3 days. It depends on how the project is giving me the heavy duty or easy duty, So guys, don't ignore this. This is very important. If you want to glow up yourself, you need to buy gear. It's not just only mine. Because this one is very also cheapest price, this LUT. It's not just only mine, because okay, Director Kim is just about to tell these things, and because he wants to ask to buy his product. All right, let me something else. Look at the Enhancer Pro. Okay, I just bought the Enhancer Pro. You can see I'm using the Enhancer Pro. I'm using different. Sometimes I'm using the one that I created. Sometimes I'm using the one that's about it, you see. So here is we're going to change this one. We enable this, so you can see there's different stocks like this one. So any type of film I want to create, I can just come in and choose one of them. You see, there's a lot of them. Maybe I want this type of look, you see, and then I'm coming to the print. Maybe I just want to do a Kodak just like this, or just like this. Look how beautiful it's giving us our image. Look at how the perfect starting point to where we want to go. You can see before and after. This is the Enhancer Pro. All right. Not only just the Enhancer Pro, I even bought some of Colorists LUT. I even bought some of Colorists PowerGrades. All right. So I have this one. Let's come in. I have the guy that I mentioned. I have his LUT and his PowerGrade. His name is let me check it up again. This guy, I bought his stuff, and sometimes I use it. Gustavo, you see, this guy's Gustavo Rose. I bought his PowerGrade. This one, look at this. You see, so sometimes let's check it out like this. Sometimes I use his stuff, you see, to creating a type of look that I want to present. There's a lot of things to do there. So this is one of the basics. I have to change in my color management settings, but this is one of these basics. You can see there's a lot of it. You can see. So if I want to create this type of look, I have to use this one, right? Okay, there's film verse here. You can see there's this film verse. This is the Film LUT Pro. I also bought this one, so I have to use it. I just use it. I'm not scared. I'm not get scared of people. They say, all right, this is Colorists, but he just using other people PowerGrades. He just using LUT. He just bought this. He just the Enhancer Pro guy. Bro, you have to buy gear. Guys, you have to buy gears. Nobody going to tell you about the process. All the people are really pay attention on your output, right? So I have this one. Odyssey is one of my best PowerGrades. I also used to use it, and it has different LUT in it. This is one of its LUT. So yeah, guys, I'm using them. It's depend on the project. I can even open a project that I use this, and yeah, it's really working better. You see, so I can even use the mine that I showed you. I did it before. Maybe if you remember this one, I can use this one. All right, let's check it out. How to fix this. So I can just come into the balance like this. This is one that I created. So come into the balance and check this because it's different image. All right, I come here, reduce this the temperature. Okay, reduce the print. Come here again to the temperature and increase the light just like this. I can mess around with this is the one that I created, and this is for sale, guys. All right, so there's much different way of using this method, guys. There's different ways, so don't forget to buy. Just go buy, use it. You see? All right, there's I have to go back. Oh, I can no longer access to go back. All right, no worry. So this is one of most common thing people need to understand. Like, color grading is not about limit yourself. That's why I told you before. We have to break a lot of rules to be perfect. You see? So I also made this type of grade. Let me show you what exactly I've done so far. And into this part, I used this from this PowerGrades. So guys, I use this one, and let me show you what I've done. Right? So the first thing, okay, the first thing was CST. You see, so I just converted my footage from red to sRGB. That's why, guys, I told you the red give me so much saturated image, and this is what I've done. So let me just increase here so you can see the big image. You see? That's it. All right. Okay. Another thing is what I've done is just I used one of our LUT. This one. So the LUT, it gave me this warm tone. All right. After that, I went back to the contrast, just like this. And I went to the warm to keep my warm up again. And here I use the ensemble, but the ensemble I just use after that, you see? And then I came to control my exposure. And then I never use my balance. This is my glow node. And this is my HSV. You can see I use the normal HSV that I use every day. And this is my look. I use one of my LUTs. You see? So, guys, there's a lot of things to do, you know? And here I use my which LUT. This is look the nail. Okay, look number 1. You can see how it's give me that split, you see? And then I just use my skin tone. I qualified a skin tone like this. I never used the LUT. I just did my costume, you know? And then here to my tone, there's this way. I just compound, you see? And then I use this method. Let me bypass. I use this curve to open up image from the shadows. And also I used to this one to bring it back a little bit, a contrast, you see? And then this is a grain. You can see this is a grain from DaVinci Resolve grains. I never use external grains. And this is the blur. In film, we always have some kind of the images got to be very softy, but the texture is got to be there. So that is the technique, you see? And then we have this film milk from compound nodes. This is just extra juice on film grading. So this is the dust, you see, by using film damage. And then this is get wave from camera shake. You see, this is type of filmic stuff. You know, in film we have something like this. So to make the things that have done here is just to shift up the image from digital look, because the first time this was digital and this is the filmic, you see. And last thing is using the answer, bro. So guys, you can see we have done a lot of things. We used lattice, we used different plugins, we used different textures idea, but still we using that film because I wanted to get a very filmic, like if you see the video you feel like it's been shot with the film camera. Trust me, if you familiar of watching movies, I used to watch Smallville this few months. It was since September, and right now I'm in season 10. So the moments that I watched the video from season 1 to season 4, they're shot with the film camera. I forgot the name of that film camera, but trust me, their color grading tone looks like this. From grains, from halations, the tone bar, their color grading is something similar to this, and it's a super rich color and the super warm color. But trust me, the organic of it's most closely into like this one that I've done. You see? And then yeah, into the Answer Pro, I just use the Answer Kodak Ultramax 400. You see? This is one of a film profile, all right? And then I use Kodak Gross Paper, and then I just use halations or way over. You see? And also, yeah, there's nothing more, guys. There's nothing more. I thought I reduce. Sometimes, if I use the answer, sometimes I reduce the intensity. But into this merge, because I wanted the super cinematic, I just leave it to the 100%. So you can see before the Answer Pro, you can see after the Answer Pro. Look how different these things is got to be. You see? So this is mostly techniques that you need to understand when it comes to the color grading things, right? So gears help me much to get this type of tone. If it wasn't for gear, I would have done so much things to get in here. So guys, if you're able to buy, you have money to invest your work, go get it. Don't hold yourself up, because the time is not limited. The time is timeless. Things are going, things are different, things are getting way far. So if you stay behind, bro, we're going to leave you there. So thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you really got something. This is a must 5 secrets for most pro colorists, and trust me, no one's going to tell you. Most often my videos is about to digging deeper into color grading. I'm not hiding. I'm not, and if you want a deep explanation on all this stuff, contact me. There's a masterclass you can buy right there. And if you want the live sessions tutorial, just checking me 101 class. We're going to do it. Thank you for watching this video. See you on next tutorial.